Well, it's July 3rd, which means that tomorrow is the 4th, which means I have off tomorrow and I get to sleep in, which is very, very exciting. Um, but today I didn't do much. I did another round of dissections, but that's about it, so I don't have too much to talk about today. Um, hmm. Oh, um, One thing that I will talk a little bit about today to fill the time, because I have time to talk about something that's not my class schedule or dissections or stuff. One thing that I'll talk about that I wanted to talk about for a while is having a car when you are a college student. I did not have a car my first 2 years, and I'm going to get a car for my junior and senior years because my family is lucky enough that my dad has a car through his company, and then we have two family cars. So my parents don't have a need for three cars, so they're sending a car down because my sister is coming to the same school. I am thrilled about this. I know you can't tell from my demeanor, but it has been a rough 2 years. My school is particularly small, and there's not much to do in the area that my school is located. So if you don't have a car, you're kind of at a disadvantage, which is really terrible. We should definitely have better public transit, but we just kind of don't have the public transportation system because we're not in a city, so the need isn't really there the way that it is in other areas and at other schools. And we're not as big as some other schools, so we also we don't have as many, students to bus into campus or bus out of campus. We don't really have commuters, but because like 95% of students live on campus all 4 years, their entire career at school. Sorry, yawning. I really need that extra day of sleep. So basically, what this summer has amounted to is me walking to grocery stores, getting my groceries, and walking back, which is not feasible now that it is July. It is 98, 99 degrees every single day with full sun, and even walking the, half mile to the grocery store and the half mile back has become next to impossible just because it's kind of like walking through soup all the time, which is really frustrating because I need groceries, but I don't want to die on the way there or on the way back, honestly. And that problem persists. It's definitely worse in the summer because we don't have as many food options available on campus. So students have to cook for themselves. So that definitely makes it difficult. A difficulty that we have in the summer but don't necessarily have during the school year. But regardless, there is very much a lack of decent shopping available to our school. We have a pharmacy that is basically where I get all of my stuff that I need. Pens, pencils, notebooks, all that kind of stuff. I can't go to Walmart. I can't go to Target. I can't go to these places and shop like a student with a car can. And that's definitely taxing mentally, because when I have to do something like go to the eye doctor to get a contact removed from my eye, it is a whole ordeal because I have to Uber there. I have to plan for the Uber. I have to spend, $30 on an Uber where, like, I'm going half a mile. Like, the gas cannot be that expensive to go half a mile. Just no. But of course you're paying for their time and effort and stuff, so I understand why it's expensive. It's an Uber, like, it should be that expensive. That's how people are making their livelihoods. But yet, it's difficult, especially at my school. And my school has a policy that even first years are allowed cars. as long as we have the parking for all of those students to have cars. Every student could have a car on campus if they chose to have a car on campus. We do have ample parking. So, they do allow you to have a car as soon as your freshman year. However, I feel as though the school and the town should work on making things more accessible to students without vehicles, because I feel like I'm happy that I'm getting a car, don't get me wrong, but I feel as though the carbon footprint of bringing a car down to my school from my home is, it's a long drive. I still have to do it, and I'm still very excited to do it because I'm just thrilled to have a car. It's a long drive. That's a lot of gas. It's a lot of gas for me to have the car down here. It's an increase in my parents' insurance because I'll have access to a car when I am an under 25 driver, which makes me more expensive, even though I'm a responsible driver. It seems like a huge drain of resources when they could just provide cars for student use that students could potentially rent for the hour or pay. I'm just noticing my tooth looks really weird. Interesting. That students could pay that way, by the hour, by the gas, whatever, by the mile. And then nobody would have to be trucking their cars down. Nobody would have to be spending the money on insurance and all that stuff. It just seems excessive. Just so that I can actually go and buy essential items for cost and not at an exorbitant price by the I was going to say the post office, but not the post office. It's not the post office. The post office never gouge you like that. The pharmacy. So if you're considering a smaller school that is not right next to a city, look into their public transportation system. That's my piece of advice, because ours has none, and that's been a challenge. So I'm very excited to have a car next year. I'm very excited. Very excited. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm very tired. I'm sorry about that. But that's really all I had to talk about today, so I will hit you back tomorrow on the 4th of July. Woohoo! Bye guys.